It's time.
And they gotta give it to you that way to distract you. Now, I brought the mind control books up the last time. We got enough here. The books is out of print, but thanks to this particular place, we got them. And the first rule of mind control is to distract the distraction. If you distract them, it leaves the whole mind open, the whole subconscious mind open, and you can rule them. So whenever they want you not to tap into something, it's distraction. That's the first rule of mind control. So that's the first 2 pages of the book, which the book is more relevant now than it was written 10 years ago, 10, 15 years ago. It's right on time. If anybody I brought the book up last time. If anybody is taking advantage of looking through the damn book, you know what I'm talking about. This shit is right on time. You can't put it down. This shit be dropping. It's heavy. You see what I'm saying? And you take that book and you take 4 movies and put them together as a series, and you really got some shit. First of all, number one, let me get into a few things on what's really going down before I really get into that. If you go get the book, the 2 movies, see, they did it in sequels, but they didn't do them the year after because you were getting, because some people were white people, they know black people ain't gonna get any shit. They would pick up on it, so these are the things. So, you had 2 major white heroes in America that they split amongst movie lines as far as your superhero. One was Arnold Schwarzenegger with Commando and all that shit. The other one was Sylvester Stallone with Rambo. Happened in the 1980s. This was only to establish 2 ultimate heroes to take off a series of movies that will set the whole tune for all this shit. Now, the 2 movies are Running Man, 1987, and then they did 2 or 3 years in between, so you can't put it together. Then they come out with Total Recall 1990. That's the Arnold Schwarzenegger thing. With your boy, not Schwarzenegger, the other one, Sylvester Stallone. The other movie is 1993's Demolition Man. They split it up. The other second half of Demolition Man is 1995's Judge Dredd. If you take all 4 movies and put them, they got everything from cloning, mind control, and all that shit. But the one we want to deal with right now, which is very key, because this particular movie got past us as far as we understood it was the ultimate New World Order movie, but the action was so much into the movie until a lot of things you didn't deal with what was the dialogue. So you're going to go and you're going to get Demolition Man. Now, I went and got it again and I started studying it last week, and I'm telling you, that they made a movie out of that fucking book right there. Now that Demolition Man is a modern version of a movie 15 years ago, George Orwell's 1984. It came out in 1984, but when it was released in a book, it was 1948. It came out in 1948.
Want to join the 6-figure club? Google and other tech companies are hiring hundreds of thousands of workers in non-
No, it was 1984. It came out in 1948. That movie is hard to get. You can't find it hardly in no places. But when you get it, it's done in such an artsy level until it's hard to pick up. You can notice the major things, no sex and all this kind of thing. But yeah, they got it. But the key is that they made another version up under people's nose of this doggone Demolition Man. Now the key is with the Demolition Man thing is that the #1 criminal is Simon Phoenix, which is played by a blonde-haired Wesley Snipes. They're telling you in the movie that criminality itself is black. They might put some white people, but you gotta understand. Now this is the future, and they have all but wiped out criminality, which means they have all but wiped out black people. Because they talk about this is what's happened during the urban wars of the late 20th century. Like, white people ain't never killed nobody in the late 20th century. But they were talking about wiping out urban, about all this graffiti. They were talking about black people. That's the first element. #1, when they reinstate him, for the people saw the movie, he could kill up everybody, but he couldn't kill that main man. They had him implanted, and that represents in the movie how they can kill up. You can kill up all the black people, but you can't kill a goddamn white man. It's all in the movie. Now the key is in the movie, all vaginal and saliva secretions are outlawed, so there's no physical sex. Because physical sex leads to kundalini arousal. So they can't have sex. You can't get it on. It's got to be that virtual shit. You see what I'm saying? You see. The other thing is, the foods you eat. Well, you said they was talking about meat, but they started saying some other things. Like they said you can't eat no spicy foods. That was outlawed. Because spicy food lead to kundalini raising. All your cayenne peppers and all that type of stuff. And it's just talking about the certain herbs also. Music is outlawed. That's why they singing hot dogs. All the hot dogs, it's jingles and shit. Because the music has got to change too. That's happening right now. With the new music out here, it's not music at all. It's not music at all. Even if it's not rap, it's still not music, the shit you're hearing. And that's because it's, like the book said, Mind Control book said that they gotta shut that stuff down so your pituitary gland can't produce the certain hormones. The pituitary gland regulates how much melanin it goes to the pineal. See what I'm saying? So they had to shut all that down. Get where I'm coming from here? It's all in the doggone movie. And you can't figure it out that it's all fake because people are in a capitalistic society, and as long as the checks are coming, motherfucker don't give a damn about shit. If the country is burning down, long as the checks is coming, nobody gives a shit. That's mind control.